Well, hello, St. Mary's friends. As you could see, I'm here in the church. And because the reflection I'm going to make is in particular something that this visual will help with. Before I begin it, though, I just want to thank the 4 women in the office who have been working so hard to set up ways of serving you and still working safely at home. That would be Carolyn Heitch, who is the editor of this newsletter. Joanne Brown in the office, Kim Macko in the office, and Debbie Kornowitz, our accountant. I thank them so much, and I think on your behalf I can do that also. So here we are at a time of church closings. It's hard to believe that it's true. But you know what? It has happened before. As I was reading some things, I found that in the influenza epidemic of 1918, churches were closed. Public gatherings were restricted. So what happened? Well, they're doing basically what you're doing now. Let's go further. What did those people in the concentration camps of Nazi Germany, what did they do when they couldn't receive the sacraments, celebrate the Mass? Or in the gulags of the Soviet Union or China or Vietnam, what did they do? Well, they live in a world like we live in. It's the natural world of good and bad, of COVID-19 viruses and totalitarian dictatorships and being imprisoned. But they also live in a supernatural world, as we do, in which God is present and His grace is present. So I hold out to you and encourage you to take part in the ancient Catholic practice of a spiritual communion, making a spiritual communion. What does that mean? Wherever you are, whether it's visiting in church, whether it's at home, lying in bed, outdoors, whatever it is, to recollect yourself. Speak to the Lord. Tell Him how much you love Him, how much you miss receiving Him in the Eucharist, and asking Him to come into your hearts, into your souls, into your minds. And the Lord, by His goodness, by His power as God, by His grace, will come to you and does come to us in His healing, in His power, in His love, His mercy, in His very Godhead. No, it's not receiving the Eucharist physically, but it is receiving the Lord, and it is a beautiful ancient Catholic practice. I encourage you all to participate in that. Continue reading the rest of this newsletter. Look at all the various things that are being set up starting next week. Video, live streaming, by which we can participate in some activities, prayerful, mass, stations, and all kinds of things. So I encourage you with that. And I send you the prayers, the love, and affection of the clergy of our parish. Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Amen.